Go.
Here we are. Dave and Scott in for another episode. Yeah, you're going to notice if you've watched a few of our episodes, we've changed sides. We're really spicing it up now.
We're kind of going crazy here.
Yeah. Right. So listen, this week we want to talk about AI, artificial intelligence.
Yeah.
Right. Scott.
This is something that I've been thinking about a little while. Now, I think that this could potentially be the next big thing. The next big thing being like computers, like the cars, things like that. I think we're going to be looking at something here that's really going to be, and I think we're just in the infancy. I think we're in like the early 90s or the late 80s of say like technology, when all the computers started coming around. I think we're just in the infancy of that same situation. People have not quite fully grasped the potential that artificial intelligence has.
And the software.
Yeah. And this, yeah. Now, I've been looking at this one company, I don't even know if I've said it. NVIDIA. And you know what? They're not the only company. There's a lot of other companies coming forward. Now, Google's in on it. Apple's in on things. Uber's doing all sorts of... Everybody's going for this, right? They want self-driving cars. Tesla, like battery cars, self-driving cars. And the minute you'll be able to get a taxi and know what to be driving. I mean, that's a little ways off. That's what I'm saying. This is like maybe 10, 15, maybe a little bit more. I'm not too sure exactly. Like I said, we're in the infancy here.
These companies are here and out there now. Exactly.
And we're seeing the growth already within them. And I think that the potential behind artificial intelligence is, we're just breaking ground with it. I just want to, before you, hang on a minute.
Oh, hang on.
Hey. So what I'm thinking was like, I've lost my chain of thought. Anyway, so I think that robots is going to be a real, an absolutely amazing, mind-boggling thing when it actually comes to fruition, basically. Because what's the one? Is it Honda or somebody has this like Asimo? I can't remember who it's built by.
Honda.
Is it Honda?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, good company. But anyway, Honda with this Asimo. Now they're always updating it, and it's things that it can do. Now imagine putting artificial intelligence with that, and it's doing your vacuuming, it's doing your cleaning, your washing, your laundry.
It's all coming.
And it's coming, and the idea is coming. Now I don't know. There might be a million other aspects to this that can help with lots of different things that I can't really think about. But the potential behind this, I think, is astronomical.
I'm looking at all the car companies now. Everybody's, years ago, the last 100 years, you've seen like your Fords, you've seen your Chryslers, you've seen your GM companies. They're the big three in this country. And do you know what? There was a company years ago called, well, it still is there, it's a massive company, IBM. It was, it's the hardware company. There's a guy, I don't know what year it was, 70s, 80s, whatever. He's working away in his dad's garage writing software. The next minute, that company's called Microsoft. It's like the dog wagging the tail even. And you think to yourself, the hardware is the car now. There won't be any engines in them. It'll all be about the software, the artificial intelligence. And whoever develops that intelligence first, or it gets the jump on everybody else in its much easier use. It's like
think about the not just cars, but
everything.
How much more we're going to propel forward with just materials and thinking on a different.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know exactly how it all works, but the idea behind it, when they're talking artificial intelligence, they're talking about an intelligence of what doesn't make sense really, of chips and machines that can think at like the capacity of a human, but it's going to be thinking very differently. And the speed, and without actually sleeping, it's very scary, but it's also the potential for growth with technology. It's going to be unstoppable. I think of many different things that we can't think of.
Well, at my age, Scott, I mean, I remember seeing computers that were Amstrads and Commodore 64s, and you press a button and you go make a cup of tea or coffee before it lit that screen up. It was incredible. All the screens were black with the green lines on them, and in the end, you just put them in the corner. Now, I'm an Apple guy. Never used to use Apple, but I love ease of use. I like to open up my laptop, done, on. I like that instant. I like to open it. I buy all Apple products. They're slightly more money, but they're the business for me.
Yeah.
You're an Apple.
Well, I mean, yeah.
At this moment in time, I mean, when it was Sony Veos, I was all over them. But when I just like, there's no load up time, no rebooting. It's just on. It's just like a miracle compared to what I used to use years ago. And you just look at it and it's just astounding. And I think that's where we're
I think there's just going to be fantastic.
Like a paradigm shift.
Yeah, there's going to be leaps forward and bounds, and it's just going to be crazy. I think that there's things like there's types of holograms that they're having now, and it's just like you might as well watch like Star Wars and Star Trek and just say, well, I guess that's what's coming next. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And with artificial intelligence, there we go. That's the next step, I believe.
But what sort of companies besides NVIDIA are there? There's quite a few.
There are quite a few. That's the one that I know of at the moment. That's really.
That's the one you're on.
But I think there are a lot of other chip makers out there that are very looking into a lot of this. I know there's like Amazon's looking into certain things. So is Google. You got Apple. They're all the big major software companies are definitely looking into it, and it's very well known. But the thing is that keep an eye out for these sort of things, because I think that there's going to be something that possibly like Microsoft come along, and it's just going to overtake everything. Well, there's a possibility that they could. So I think there's going to be a lot to come about for this. Like different materials that are going to be mined. There's going to be different companies that are going to have to manufacture these these robots that are going to be coming ahead. Who's going to be building them? Is it going to be Honda? Maybe there's going to be a different type of robot company.
Lots of new companies.
It's something to keep your mind open about, and that's what I'm thinking. I'm looking at, and I've bought is it NVIDIA?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's a fantastic company.
And the
growth
abbreviation on that one is
far.
NVDA. It's listed on the US stock market. Phenomenal growth.
$180 around that, right?
108 billion, sorry, market cap.
Yeah, it was. That's right. Yeah.
108 billion
But
market
you're looking
cap.
around $180 at the moment.
Yeah.
That's another thing as well. Don't be put off by the share price, okay? You want to look at the company as a whole, and you want to look at the market capital, okay? So that's also something we have to track on another episode, I guess. But a lot of people get scared on the price per share, but it really doesn't. The price per share doesn't tell you the whole story, right?
Yeah.
So you have to look into that.
Especially when you're starting out, you seem to think, I'll buy the shares cheaper or get more. Well, that's not the way to look upon it.
Well, if it goes to zero, either way, you lose everything, right? So it doesn't really matter what you pay. It's not like, you got to look at the whole size. You got to look at the whole house, not just the window and say, the window's too expensive, I can't buy the house. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They don't want to do that. So
and that's how you build your portfolio, like a house.
Absolutely, a little bit at a time. You want to put a roof, you get a window, you get a door. And
you need the whole package to make a good portfolio.
Exactly.
I
think we're pretty much done.
Good.
There you go.
Right.
For that one, that's our main message. I'm just saying that I think that there's something big coming. I'm not sure exactly which companies, but I think the idea. I mean, a lot of people are talking about it.
Looking out there, you've got to look.
And I think that there's potential coming. In what companies at the moment? I'm saying that NVIDIA. I keep getting it wrong. NVIDIA. Anyway,
NVDA.
That's the one.
That's the abbreviation.
That one. We're looking at Apple, Amazon. I think you know what? A lot of these companies are still growing at quite a substantial rate, and I think a lot of people they're underestimating what's actually coming, and they're basing it on what's actually right now.
And when you're looking at the Apples and the Googles and that now, and the Ubers, and you see them doing what they're doing right now, where they're in computers, but these they probably are going to be very shortly, in the next 5 to 10 years, they're going to be your car companies of the future. You won't be owning a car. You'll possibly have a contract like you have with your cell phone. You'll just have, you get up in the morning, you just say, send me a car, I've got a contract for so many rides, so much mileage. It'll be like that. You will have a contract. You won't own a car. You won't have to buy a car anymore. Yeah. It'll be like dial a ride, or that's an old word, dial. I don't know, voice a ride, whatever. But that's what's coming, right?
Yeah.
And that's what's going to happen. There'll be no driver. You'll be getting the back, and you won't be looking for your. Has it got a sat nav and things like that in the front? You'll be sat in the back thinking, does it have a latte machine? Does it have something? Other seats? Have they got lumbar in the back?
Who knows?
That's what you'll be looking for, because that's coming.
I mean, it's just left to the imagination.
And that's
really.
AI.
That's yeah. I mean, it's coming.
Listen, we're done for this week.
Oh, we're done for this one, I guess. There we go.
Right.
Cut me off there. Go on, carry on.
Cut you off. But do you have something to say?
No.
No. Okay.
I'll leave it for the next one.
Leave it. If you remember.
If I remember, yeah, I'll write it down. Go on.
Okay. If you anything in this episode you liked, great. Subscribe is free. See you soon.
Free
Bye.
is good.